A1.
By Shakespeare, again in quotation marks, we can signify William, son of John, born probably in 1564 in Stratford, where he died in 1616, a man who is variously referred to as an upstart crow, our Roscius, sweet Mr. Shakespeare, and who was known as a poet, a writer of more or less successful plays, and a very shrewd buyer of real estate. He is quite an interesting chap to talk about and to speculate about.
However, the fossil record is difficult to interpret. So when you see skull and the skull is so old and has got lots of cracks, you're really hard pressed to say this is human. And that's why the fossil record has lots of ambiguities. The interpretation of the fossil record is full of ambiguities, and these ambiguities gave rise to a number of hypotheses with regard to the origin of modern humans.
The force is at right angles to the velocity, which means that it doesn't change how fast I'm going, it changes the direction I'm going. So the ball doesn't get any slower, but the direction of its travel is continuously changing. It is accelerating because the direction changes. And that's very important, as we'll see later when we start thinking about spin and angular momentum. Now, what I want to do now is really start getting into the thick of spinning things. Now, I want to start talking about what happens as you change the geometry of spinning things. And for this, I'm going to need a volunteer who'd be willing to come. You want to volunteer for me? Okay. Very good. I've got a willing volunteer. Now, I have here